going on YouTube? James here. Welcome back to James Talks Movies, where today I'm going to be doing another review of an animated movie that came out a couple years ago. I think last year it came out. It's called Migration, and it follows the story of this family of ducks who have never really migrated anywhere. They haven't really gone out of their pond where their kids, the parents' kids, have grown up. They haven't really explored the world like most ducks have by migrating. And so that's mainly because the main dad character in here is kind of worried about it. He is kind of worried what danger is out there and doesn't really want to get his family in danger. But his uncle, Uncle Dan, who is played by Danny DeVito in here, kind of talks him into it. Thus, they go on a kind of road trip in the sky and just explore the world migrating. And you also get some really fun characters along the way. And before I move on to kind of what I think in general about this movie, I want to give a shout out to someone who actually recommended for me to review this at That Girl Moon. Thank you so much for watching my channel in the first place and recommending this review for me to do and for me to watch this movie. If you guys have any other movie suggestions that you want me to check out, just like I'm doing for her, let me know in the comment section down below. And then I'll be sure to check it out and tell you my opinion if a movie is worth watching or not. And just get right into kind of my general thoughts on the movie. I think that Migration is a really surprisingly pretty good movie. Going into it, I was not really expecting that much. I was just kind of expecting a kind of light-hearted family movie with kind of maybe annoying characters in here. One of them is played by Aquafina in here. And when, not to say that Aquafina is bad. She is not bad she's not a bad actress at all. But I feel like she just gets played, in animated movies, gets put to play really annoying characters. And I felt like, since I knew she was going to be in this movie, that was kind of be what they were going for. Kind of, targeting towards the younger audience, kind of making a kind of not a joyful experience for the older audience. And so I was just kind of secretly hoping when going into this movie that we would get a nice lighthearted movie with some fun characters at the least. And that's exactly what we get, I think. I think the main thing that surprisingly surprised me about this movie is the characters. They're all really fun. Yes, the story itself is kind of cliche, and the characters' motivations are cliche. You've seen this kind of story before. One of the characters or multiple of the characters don't feel like doing one thing and don't feel like going out of their comfort zone, but eventually they do find that it's really not too bad to get out of their comfort zone. We've seen stories like this before, but I feel like the cast in here. This movie stars Kamal Nanjiani, Elizabeth Banks, like I said before, Aquafina, and many others. And I feel like just that the cast and their chemistry together is one of the things that keeps this movie alive and going. Another thing that made me feel charmed by these characters is the family dynamic that they have. It's actually really realistic how they portray parents guiding kids in this movie, and like how family dynamics work with parents and really little kids. And I just really enjoyed that. Also, what's really realistic and what kind of surprised me is I could tell that they did a lot of research on birds themselves and kind of how they operate and kind of what they go through. And they kind of did the research with scientists and stuff to kind of study how birds work. So in this movie, you get to really feel. I know this might sound weird, but kind of like you're in the mind of one of these, a bird, like in the mind of kind of what they day to day have to go through. Obviously it's a little like animated and kind of a little bit more kitty and a little bit more silly than that. But I did feel like they did take some influence from actual birds and uh, just did their research out in the nature, which I really enjoyed. Before I kind of get into my negatives of the movie, I really only have one, to be honest. I do have to make a quick mention to the animation in here. I feel like the animation in here is very bright, very colorful. The directors of this movie, I think at least for one of them, it's their first 3D animated movie, and I feel like they do a really good job. There is 2D elements in here that they kind of intertwine with the 3D, and I feel like it's really good. It's really colorful, really bright, really fun, really brings the characters to life with the character animation and stuff like that. My one negative that I might have that really didn't take away my enjoyment of the movie, but it might for some, is this movie is only like an hour and 25 minutes, maybe even less, an hour and 22. So it's really short. But on the flip side, it knows that the story itself is kind of been done before and doesn't really try to be something it's not. It doesn't try to invent the wheel in a way that it can't with this kind of premise. It knows what kind of movie it is. It takes a creative spin on it with these bullets and kind of getting to follow the journey. And there's a fun side characters along the way. Just a heads up, Carol Kane is in this movie, and she kind of plays, I forgot what kind of bird she plays, but her character comes in like halfway through the movie, and it's maybe a little scary for some children, so just keep in mind that there might be one or two scenes in here that might make little kids a little jumpy. But you guys know your kids, you know if they will be fine with that or not. But that is all my thoughts on migration. What did you guys think of migration? Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. Also, in the comments, let me know, like I said before, some movie suggestions. I always am looking for new movies to watch, so let me know some movie suggestions in the comment section down below, and then maybe I can check them out and then tell you my opinion if a movie is worth watching or not. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.